Hello, I'm Skiller. Thanks so much to Antelope for giving me the opportunity to talk about the new amazing product Edge Go. When I heard that this microphone has the ability with the emulations to have different flavor of different microphones, I was really curious what will happen when I produce sound with my mouth. And I found that I can use different microphones for each different sounds, which was the thing that really helped me a lot because it gives the opportunity to treat the sound in a different way with different adjustments, with different effects, with different EQ, with different compressor, and this saves a lot of time. I decided to use the Kalimba in this track because I really wanted to show that this microphone can record literally everything, and that's why I use the instrument, because it has a certain flavor of sound, and with Berlin 87 Edge Go microphone captured it perfectly. I made a few layers of different snares because then the snare drum sounds more crisp, crunchy, and I used some compression for it, so I needed the snares to sound like there is a glue inside them. And I used Liverpool compression for the snares, and of course the aura verb, which gives the deep sound and the atmosphere in the snares. Usually when I'm doing songs or when I'm trying to produce something, sometimes I overdub with real sound. With, for example, if I'm trying to do bass, I do the bass, but then I double it with the sub. With this microphone, I really didn't need to do this because actually it captures all of the specters of the frequencies, and I just use something really interesting for me, the tape machine emulation, which gives a certain flavor and saturation, very warm sound. And I also used some EQ, and was really good that I could use different mic, Oxford 4038, which was perfect choice for my bass. I've been using this microphone since 4 weeks, and I really don't need any other microphone. This has everything that I need because, as I said, you can switch different microphones. You have the great headphone connection here without any latency. It really works very good. With the carry suitcase, you can go wherever you want and you will never have problem. The stand is quite comfortable, so it's really, really amazing product. At the moment, we are at my place at home, where usually I record some of my ideas, and I recorded everything with this microphone for less than 30 minutes. Of course, then I edited a little bit. I was searching for the certain sound, but really the recording was not more than 30 minutes, which is amazing because it saves me a lot of time, as I said. Just use different microphone for the different sounds, and then the sound quality is perfect. I was really, really happy with the result I had at home with my home studio, but I had the opportunity to go in another studio where I exported all of the tracks, and then I heard the real potential of this microphone because the sound quality increased a lot. To be honest, I have quite expensive analog tube mic preamp, which I was totally in love before I had this microphone, because I thought it gives me certain power. I was happy with it. I could have a lot of gain for my performances. But now with Edge Go and the FPGA FX platform, which is inside the microphone, the emulations of the amps work better for me because I can clearly hear the better color and more certain color and flavor in every sound, and I totally love the FPGA FX platform of Edge Go. And actually I don't need anymore my old analog tube preamp. As you see and as you hear, the track is fully made by my mouth and the small instrument Kalimba, so I really needed to differentiate each individual sound and instrument. And with our reverb, I had the opportunity to accent more, for example, on the risers. And I did 3 risers with our reverb, and that gave me this expression of deep sound and this build up that goes up, and then something else is happening with the song, which is really useful, and I'm really in love with our reverb. Hearing the effects in real time helped me a lot to be more confident while I'm recording. I had a lot of problems with latency before when I I had a lot of plugins, then my CPU was going crazy. But now there's no latency. You can plug your headphones directly in the microphone, and I made a quick test with it. I plugged the headphones here, and I had perfect quality. And when I plugged the headphones in my old interface, then I could realize that the resolution of the sound is different. So the sound quality is really, really good. I found that I don't need to press that much when I'm recording because this microphone captures everything. I don't need to add so much power, especially for the bass, because when I use the dynamic microphones, you need a lot of power to create the sub bass, for example. And with this microphone, I have quite deep and warm and smooth low ends without pushing too much, which helps me a lot to have clear result in the end. I totally love that with this microphone you just plug the USB cable and you have the sound ready. As I said, I used it for 4 weeks, and first time I was using it, it was 2 a.m. and I made some presets because I heard that I can use different microphones for different sounds. So I made the presets, and on the next day I recorded the whole track just for 30 minutes or something like this, and the result was wow. And then I said to myself, okay, with this perfect sound, I need definitely to go in a professional studio so we can have even better sound quality. And that's what happened. Even though it's USB mic, it records at extremely high sample rate. It's 192, which gives us a lot of opportunity to make the sound even better. We came here in the studio and I was surprised that here they also have Antelope interface, and it sounds even much better than what I have at my home. So I'm really impressed with the sound because, as I said, the rate and the resolution of the sound is huge. All the effects were applied in the input signal, which means that we didn't use any other external plugins after. I love the opportunity to have different mics for the different instruments and sounds I'm doing. And this is the key part for the good mix, I believe. I'm really impressed hearing the stuff here in this studio because the interface is much better, and now I can see and hear the huge potential of what we did.